2660 Sierra Papa's on the compass rose. We'll be taxiing into position runway 17, Crestview. Crestview Segment traffic. Cessna 266 Sierra Papa is departing on the left downwind to the northeast, climbing to 2,500 Crestview.
Flying is one of the most rewarding endeavors that I can think of. Not only does it allow you to get from point A to point B faster, but it's challenging, it's fun, it keeps you on your toes. It's one of those things, one of those passions that'll never leave you, and I just enjoy every time I do it. I learn something new every single time. Emerald Coast Aviation is unique in that they combine all the elements that you want to see in a flight school. You've got great aircraft, well maintained, fun, fast. You've also got the simulator. And it's a top-of-the-line simulator. And you're not going to get that from any other flight school. And that's one of the things, the main thing that attracted me to the Emerald Coast Flight School. Also, you've got a great facility, friendly staff, and instructors who put safety first, but they make flying fun.
All right, we can go ahead and start a climb at 2,500.
Up to 2,500.
And turn right to a heading of 060.
Right, 060.
Flying is a rush. Oh, I'm the first to admit that it's not for everybody. Just the other day, my daughter told me that she has to prepare herself to get into a big plane. She said it's no problem at all when we're talking about a small plane. And I asked her, why is that? She goes, because I'm not getting in a small plane. Kids, maybe she'll change her mind soon. I always wanted to learn how to fly and to become a pilot. As one guy said it, he said it this way: when once you have tasted flight, you will forever walk the earth with your eyes turned skyward. For there you have been, and there you will long to always return. That was back in the 1400s, and a guy by the name of Leonardo da Vinci. You know, I don't know that he actually got to get in a plane, but he was a clever guy. Well, you know, it might be somebody that doesn't understand flying or is afraid to get in a plane and go. You can go in the simulator and you basically can get some of the same effects, and you can get a feel of the aircraft and what goes on in taking off. And I would recommend, if you don't want to get in the plane the first time, that's where you would go, the simulator.
So this is basically what we would have if we started the aircraft. We've got the electronics on, the battery switch, master avionics is off. So from this condition we would turn the fuel pump on. We don't have any audio or anything in the system that resembles what the fuel pump would sound like. But the startup procedures would simply be to engage the start switch, enrich the mixture. During the first hour of instruction, if we were going to use the simulator with a new private student, we would basically let the student operate the controls of the aircraft and get a feel for what the response is to control inputs. For example, when you turn the control column to the left, the airplane banks to the left, and it would give the It would give the student an idea of how much rudder pressure is required to maintain a coordinated turn, how much throttle application is required to maintain altitude, and set specific air speeds and things like that. These are typically the kind of things that are not that intuitive, and so for a student to get its first experience flying in the flight simulator saves a lot of time, saves a lot of money, and it really gives them a sense of whether or not this is something that they want to pursue.
You fly to different airports in the country and you go to different places, and the people that you meet, the fraternity that is involved in avionics and pilots with aircraft and the stories that they tell, and you learn something every day when you meet a new pilot, and it's like you have a brotherhood. And you know, that part drew me to it. But the other part is it's actually good for business. A lot of pilots own their own companies. They look at coming into our area and expanding and doing business in Okaloosa County, and you know, they're drawn to our airport.
Crestview Segment, 660 here, Papa, turning left downwind, runway 17. Crestview.
Welcome back to Focus on Crestview. Today we're here with Emerald Coast Aviation and Jonathan Dunn. It's the owner and operator at Emerald Coast Aviation, and it was our sponsor for this month. We just saw a wonderful video that showed a little bit about your company and what you do, and now we're in your hangar. And obviously we can see there's all kinds of airplanes behind us that are in different states of repair, but we mentioned earlier in the first segment about the service you provide in working on aircraft, but sure, you can also, if I had an airplane and I wanted to store it indoors, you have the space here to do that, correct?
Yeah, we do, Derek. We have the two hangars here where you can store your own aircraft, and they are closed at night, so it's fully secure. And in the winter, we've got heat in here to keep the aircrafts, you know, at a correct temperature. And we've got 5 skilled mechanics that work here too. And I think you mentioned that about the flight school aircraft. We do all our maintenance in-house on those, Derek.
Well, very good. And the hangar being the size of it is, and being that it is heated for the winter, and in the spring it makes a very good place to have a little get-together, and you've had a few of those here, is that correct? Yeah,
Derek, we always do a business after hours with the Crestview Chamber of Commerce, which we really look forward to. I think the last one we did, we had about 60 people turn up in the evening, and Christopher's Uncorked Bistro, who's also a chamber member, did all our catering, and we had a great time. And we opened the hangar up, we set some tables up, have some drinks and some food, and show everybody around, have the doors open into the flight training department, and get people more interested and more out to the Bob Sykes Airport, Derek.
And that was a good day. We didn't need the heater, and we opened the doors up, and you had a band right over here, and food, and you actually had a little convention atmosphere with some other members of the business community out here that day.
Yeah, it was real good. Our fly-in, yeah, we had about 15 businesses, Derek, that came out, give it a little bit of a convention feel. But most importantly, with our flying, Derek, we got a lot of members of the public that came out as well to view the airport and view the aircraft, and we had a cookout. It was real successful.
Well, one of the things we talked about earlier was the fact that you guys are the really the face of Crestview when a business flies in, or even someone famous. And not too long ago, we had Mariah Carey fly in, and you guys serviced their jet while they were here. Yeah,
Mariah came in. I think she landed around about 1:30 and was here until the evening, I believe, to do a local TV program. Yeah, that was a good experience. So, you know, it really does not matter who it is. It's everybody gets a first-class service, and we make sure that they get treated right and they come back over and over again. Even Mariah Carey.
Even Mariah Carey. And that's what your job is at Emerald Coast Aviation as a fixed base operator, is to be that face of Crestview, so that when somebody lands, whether they're a student coming across country or whether they're a famous person coming from the other end of the continent here to film a TV show, you're here to make sure that they're happy, they're taken care of, and whatever they need, you can provide it.
We do offer great service, and you know, we focus on that, and we've got some great people who work for us. And another important thing, Derek, is we provide a real good work environment as well for all of my staff. Everybody enjoys working here, which we focus on.
And I meant to ask you, how many employees do you have here?
I have 16, Derek.
Wow, that's a lot of people. And through the years, I know before you were here at Crestview, you were at another local airport, and that's kind of where you got your start in aviation. But because of your accent, it's obvious you're not from here. Tell us a little bit real quickly about where you came from and how you kind of got involved in aviation.
Well, Derek, from the around about 6-7 years ago, it was always my dream to come and live in the United States, and I worked really hard at that, and until, you know, I had the ability to come to the United States and purchased a small fixed-based operator, and that was in November in 2006, and my business has just grown from then, Derek, and we're going to continue to grow it. I've got family values. I cook a meal for my staff every Friday because we all eat together, and we continue to grow. We were successful last year in gaining the contract for the fueling down at VPS, Derek, which has added another 6 employees as well.
Wow. So it's a perfect, beautiful American success story that you wanted to come here and start a business in America, and you've kind of learned how to do that and grown it bigger and larger. And of course, I think the Chamber had a lot to do with your success over here.
Yes, sir. We try and support the Chamber, whatever we can possibly do, because they support us. And the Chamber of Commerce is a great tool for us, and we really enjoy being part of it, Derek. It's an absolute pleasure and an honor.
Well, thanks for being the sponsor this month. Thanks for being a good Chamber member. And of course, you're a perfect example of somebody living the American dream and building a business, doing something that you love to do, and of course, giving back to the community. So thanks for that.
Thanks, Derek.
And we'll see you around.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Well, we'll be back shortly with Karen Hardell, our president-elect, and we'll talk about some ways you can be involved in the Chamber and be just like Jonathan and grow your business. And hope to see you in just a few moments.